Thanks for jumping in on this session, Pat. It's good to have a look at this stroke again and see the progress you've made while you've been up there. I'll just play this through for a little bit just so you can get a gauge of how it does look underwater. I've just got my head in the way here. Let's move that out of the way. You see side on, it actually looks really good. And you can see that rotation as you reach out in front is good. We just really want to speed all of it up. And that'll be one of the first focus points we'll go through is lifting your cadence and how fast you can stroke or bring your stroke rate up. So in saying that drill that we were doing where we were snapping onto your side, so let's go, actually I'll go to a side where we can actually see. So this here, let's just say from here. So as your hand enters, that's where we want to drive that body down and drive that hip down. And you can see you're only really getting your hip down as you get that extension of glide out in front. So it's just about integrating that a little bit earlier. I'll show you what I mean. If we look from the top, you can sort of see exactly what's going on. Just hang on a second, I might just zoom out a little bit. Terrible spot to pause there, sorry mate. So what I'm talking about, let's go back so it's cleaner. Alright, here. So as you enter the water, that's where we want to snap it. And you can see it's really relaxed, and it's only about there where we get onto our side. I might just hang on, I might just pause it. I'm gonna bring. Alright, sorry about that, mate. That was the first time I've done this one. So this is that drill that we were working on yesterday, and that's slamming you onto the opposite side. And that's really good because it's creating you to like that, forcing you to, as you swing over, bang, it's gonna like flip you onto the other side. So that paired with that kicking drill we're doing, and then integrating this into the next stage from that kick, it's really going to help you get onto your side and force that rating to come up a lot as well. I'll get rid of that now. I'll go front on because I'll show you a little bit more on how that works as well. And I reckon this is a beautiful segue into the next focus point we're going to talk about. Let's go back to that. This here. And probably the big thing like cadence is extremely important because that's going to, increase the velocity we can travel through the water. But when we talk about efficiency and power, this here is definitely going to be the thing we're going to work on the most. Is getting that path under your body and stop using stabilizing muscles to do the heavy lifting at the start of your stroke. And to be honest, when you even getting under your body there, we can still see that with having your, the position of, let's just show this arm for instance. So we can see position of this elbow here is really close to your body. And then if we were to put a center line in, let's just go straight down the gas. And you can see right there, you're not actually engaging your lats or anything like that to actually push that rear section. And that's where the power comes from. So going back to entry, and we can see you just drift straight out and then go to pull, and it's really only look that section I just marked out to about there. I might just see, I might screenshot that, bear with me a second. And what I'll do is I'll go back to, I want to get above for a second, show you where I'm talking. So what we were just looking at is that position there. So I'll zoom in a little bit. No, I won't zoom in a little bit. Now I'll zoom in. I'll clear all this crap. So what we see now, when we're looking front on, it looked like you were stacked up under your shoulder, but you can see it's actually behind your body. And you've got to be careful when we do stuff like this. We can see that, you know, you got one shoulder sitting down here, and then you're reaching forward at the same time. So you've got every opportunity for, this shoulder to creep forward, and then this one creep back as you drop your elbow down. Sorry. So let's clear that again. And what we really want to see is in this position here, is this elbow comes into here, so that we're holding, a more, like, we'll call it neutral to your shoulders, because then the opposite shoulder, we really want to continue that line through, so we don't have that seesawing effect where one comes up, one goes down all the time. So trying to keep that pretty neutral. And let's go back. I want to go back underneath again, because that's like the elbow drop, but the most important out of that is like from when we go to, I actually reckon the way back was a bit cleaner. Yeah, that's a bit better. So as you go to pull, and we call it this catch phase, let's throw that center line back in. This is hard because it's a little bit on the angle, so kind of hard to see where that's going to go. Actually, let's look for a better clip. That one's good. Okay, right. So we'll concentrate on the right hand this time. And you can see, that's hard because it deviates away from it again, but let's go with this movement here. So we'd really like to see, I haven't used this before, what's that? Sorry, mate. I'll see if I can move that. So that's, well, let's kill that for a second. Sorry. All right, let's try again. We'll use red. All right, so let's make this will be the focus point. So that'll be your elbow. We really want to bring that. I can't even move that. Sorry, mate. We really want this elbow just to sit up a little bit higher. And then that path needs to change. So instead of it sitting out here, we want to bring that back this way. So with this elbow sitting higher, path change, your hand down here, that's when we'll start to press down, move towards your belly button. And hopefully by the time you get to this position, obviously let's circle this area here. That is a massive one. Okay, sorry about that. So your elbow will now naturally drop down a little bit, but hopefully what we'll see is more a position that's like this, and then we get that 90-degree bend, and you can start to see your hand getting towards, oh, how cool was that? It just changed on me. Getting close towards that. Sorry, I just chucked this one in there. So getting more towards that 90-degree bend, and that's definitely going to open up. We'll take the pressure off that shoulder, and really recruit those larger muscle groups to be able to force that back end of the stroke. It give you more power through that phase. So let's can that again. Go to above, or even this phase. This is a good example of that. So as you come in here, let's call what I just drew before. So as you stack up here, as we stack this up, that's what we're going to call setup phase. So from here, we really want to see if that's, yeah, beautiful. So what we're looking at through here is recruitment here. So as you push that phase, that's where we want to see that section drive. And if we look at what you've got here, we can see, you know, shoulders, shoulders, shoulders. It's only the briefest little second I can see a lat pop up through there. And then you can see, this is a good example because it looks like it's nice and high, and then you just release, see the elbow drop through there. So that elbow drop has just taken all the power off, and you pick your arm up and pull him out of the water. So any power you might have gained, you just let go. And what we want to do is very similar to how we were getting out of the pool, how we're pushing ourselves up. When you get to this phase under your body, that's the catalyst to drive that rear section. So from here, just to push out the back there and really squeeze those triceps as you push that last section. So from here, you like you can see there, you've just missed out on where that arrow is. That's how much stroke you're missing out on every single stroke. So your distance per stroke will be a lot lower. And just by this simple little exercise of pushing out the back is just going to give you so much more velocity or path through the water. The last thing we'll look at, and I didn't pick this up yesterday, but it has been something that we've worked on in the past. This is good here. For some reason, the footage is a little bit dark. All right, let's go here. So post taking a breath. Take a breath. Body's in a good position, so we can see your body line looks really good. Let's take your breath. Go back down. All right, and we see eye line. So from here, there is a creation of, as you're lifting your eye line, let's draw that sneaky little eye line going on in there. So from here, eye line's up. And then the next thing that happens, you can see this chest. So in lifting your eye line, you've poked your chest down, changing that frontal, or that giving you more surface for the frontal resistance to hit you. So as force of water is coming in, you've now opened your chest up to be able to hit that water. Not to mention, let's just clean this up. We'll see how we go drawing this one. Actually, let's zoom in a little bit, and we can start to see that curve going on. Probably could have done that a little bit better because it's more force down into lower thoracic. Yeah, so we can see that sort of thing going on again. Now, I know we do have a little bit of an issue, and every triathlete has a little bit of an issue with this because we spend so much time on the bike and running. But your eye line is definitely contributing to that. So let's close this down. Let's get this, clear that out. We can see that's the line there. If we drop that head down, pick this up, that's going to help heaps. You're going to close down this little pocket here, and then that's going to change up your body line and get you a little bit smoother on that post breathing into entry phase. And you can see even here, you hang on to it for a while. It's only as you slam to the other side, drive that head to your shoulder, which is, you've done a really good job getting that one going, is your body comes back to being stable again. So you can see there, it's good. And then as you lift, so you're playing you're bobbing up and down, up and down. All right, so that's for this one, mate. This session, that's what we'll walk away from, or take away from this session, is we're going to work on cadence, we're going to work on stroke path, and then we're going to fix up our eye line. Just look through this this session here, and I'll have a couple of examples of drills. We will incorporate the stuff we did yesterday, but I'll throw in a couple more as well. Great work, Pat. We'll stay in touch and follow your journey through this one. So good stuff, mate.